All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're setting up the absolute epic scale of the upcoming Secret Wars event by looking back at one of the most legendary moments in cinematic history, and we're asking a massive question. Who is actually going to open the multiversal portals? It's the ultimate logistical nightmare for a superhero showdown, and figuring out the answer changes everything we know about the upcoming battle.
So, Section 1, Endgame to Secret Wars.
To really wrap our heads around the sheer magnitude of what's coming, we have to look back at our ultimate benchmark. You remember that unforgettable climax in Endgame, right? Doctor Strange and the Sorcerers opening those glowing portals, pulling Earth's scattered heroes together for one massive final stand? It was mind-blowing, but honestly, it was restricted to just one single universe. The monumental task ahead for Secret Wars is completely different. We're talking about assembling heroes not just from different planets, but from across the entire infinite multiverse. The stakes have literally grown exponentially. It's like going from a local radio broadcast to a pan-dimensional transmission. So the absolute crucial question we're trying to solve today is figuring out who can actually pull this off. I mean, which characters currently possess the immense reality-breaking power to gather superheroes from the entire multiverse and bring them to one exact place? And we have to remember why this is so insanely dangerous. Traversing universes isn't just your standard daily commute. It severely risks causing incursions, which, if you remember, is the catastrophic, universe-destroying collision of two realities. Finding someone who can navigate this without just obliterating everything in the process, well, that narrows our list down significantly. Let's break down the prime candidates based on the evidence we actually have. Moving on to Section 2, America Chavez and Innate Power. Our very first and probably most obvious candidate is a hero whose entire core identity revolves around this exact ability, America Chavez. Unlike other characters who have to rely on ancient spells or, fragile futuristic gadgets, her power is completely innate. Opening those iconic star-shaped portals, it's built right into her DNA. Because she doesn't need a tool that someone can just steal or a spell that can be broken, she is literally a living, breathing, multiversal key. That's a massive strategic advantage for the heroes. You can't just disarm her in a traditional sense. But on the flip side, this unique genetic trait also makes her a huge target. Anyone looking to control the flow of the multiverse for Secret Wars is absolutely going to try and capture her first. Next up, Section 3, the TVA and the tech advantage. Now, magic and innate abilities are just one side of the coin, right? We also have to consider highly advanced bureaucratic technology. The Time Variance Authority's signature gadget, the Time Pad, is an absolute game changer. It doesn't just do your standard time travel, it's a direct, fully programmable gateway to the multiverse. And the real kicker here, it can be operated by anyone. Literally, any TVA agent can pick one up, punch in some coordinates, and jump across realities. This makes incredibly powerful tech highly accessible, basically turning an entire agency of pencil pushers into a potential multiversal army. Just imagine the strategic value of mass-producing a device that totally bypasses the need for sorcery or supergenetics. It turns gathering multiversal heroes from a magical miracle into a coordinated tactical military operation. All right, Section 4, the Watcher and Cosmic Intervention. Taking things to a true cosmic scale, we have a being who usually prefers to just observe from the shadows, the Watcher. Now, I know what you're thinking. He might hesitate to stick his head directly into the actual conflict, because that completely violates his ancient oath. But we've seen him bend his own rules before when the sheer existence of reality is on the line. He possesses the sheer, unparalleled cosmic power to just pluck multiversal characters right out of their specific timelines and pull them all into one single place. He might not throw the final punch on the battlefield for sure, but he absolutely has the capacity to build the army. Honestly, if the Secret Wars threat is big enough, his vow of non-interference might be the very first thing sacrificed to ensure the multiverse actually survives the day. Which brings us to Section 5, Magic and Multiversal Wildcards. Finally, we have to look at the newest, most unpredictable tools and wildcards recently introduced to the lore. Take Kahori from the What If series, for example. She utilizes immense spatial traversal powers fueled by the Tesseract. Or consider whoever ends up wielding the modified sling ring we just saw in Deadpool and Wolverine. That specific ring is living proof that magical multiversal portals aren't just some theoretical concept anymore. They are actively being used right now to hop across realities. It brilliantly illustrates that any character who manages to get their hands on the right artifact could step up and do the job. It completely democratizes multiversal travel. in the worst or maybe the best possible way. You don't need to be born special or work for a cosmic bureaucracy. You literally just need to acquire the right piece of magic hardware. Based on everything we've explored today, I really want to leave you with a final provocative thought. We have innate genetic powers, highly accessible bureaucratic tech, silent cosmic entities, and totally unpredictable magical wildcards. So, who do you think will actually be the one? Or perhaps what crazy combination of these forces will team up to gather the multiverse when the time finally comes for Secret Wars? Are we going to see America Chavez leading a TVA-equipped strike team? Will the Watcher hand out modified sling rings to a select few? The pieces are all on the board, guys, just waiting to be played. Let that sink in.